Crews have searched this area again and again, and this morning K9 teams and a detective found Lowry's body across this road about a mile southeast of here, and that's why I'm staying inside the car where it's warm right now, following our own advice to you. But take a look outside of our car window. You can see that there is some accumulation and some of the damage this grass fire caused. There's a garage door that's all crumpled up here and the rubble from everything that was in this shed. As I walk this way, we're going to show you the fire line that stopped just feet short of this home. The expert I talked to says check the temperature of your hot water heater. Some are set to as high as 150 degrees, and this one is set pretty low to about 120. But still, when I feel these pipes here, they're giving off quite a bit of heat, and that means more work for your air conditioner. Take a look at how deep this mud is right here, Melissa. And let me tell you, neighbors say that cars get swept off of this very low bridge at least a few times a year. This mud is very sticky and it slopes downhill, and you can see how fast the river water is rushing too from the rains last night. So if I'm a student with mumps sitting here and I cough or get any saliva particles on this desk, the next student who comes in and sits down here could become infected if they touch the desk and then touch their mouths. Let me show you here how much snow we're getting. The total snowfall, the latest estimate is 10 inches, and this ruler just totally disappears. Let me find that before I lose it. The damage to this grain elevator behind me gives you an idea of how strong this tornado was. You can see this building that used to be a part of the grain elevator that's completely toppled over. Mariana's siblings last saw her walking down this bike path. Wichita police have been searching for Mariana over the past 48 hours.
Deedee Sun has found some. You spoke to a supervisor today, correct?
I did, Melissa. This is a supervisor who works second shift at Excel Industries, and she tells me she worked with Cedric Ford every day just about for the last 2 years. You can print out with instructions on how to measure the slope of a hill, but an easier way is to just use a level. It's a tool you can find right on your iPhone. Ted Cruz swept Kansas, winning by big margins in every district. Deputies were called to check the welfare of a woman in Great Bend. That's when they found the 49-year-old woman dead inside her home. Snow in western Kansas has us issuing weather alert days for this weekend. You know, it's crazy to me, Dean, it's not just one night, 2 nights, a whole weekend of this very cold, snowy, wet weather. And we can hear the rain on our rooftops.
It's coming down pretty good right now, yeah.
Well, it's time to hand out birthday wishes. How does this East versus West run help out Victory in the Valley? We've got pregame reaction from players and coaches as tip-off is just hours away. It's a place that teaches hard work can turn dreams into reality. But Saturday morning, fire destroyed much of Northside Boxing Academy.
I didn't even know what to think, because this is like a home for all of us.
The Flames paid no mind that this is where Wichita's Olympic boxer trains, where dozens of fighters work to become their best. Daylight showed manager Emiliano Hernandez the destruction.
I looked through the window, and it was like, psh, my heart dropped right there. Wow.
Fire torched the weight room.
Totally burned down.
Turning thousands of dollars in newly donated equipment into black char.
All the benches and stuff are burned down.
The boxing ring not spared.
As you can see, our ring caught on fire on the backside.
The damage is a tough match.
They get you right there.
But these guys are fighters.
We'll just move on.
It's not over.
They spent the day boarding up broken windows, working together to save what equipment they could. They're hoping the community that supported Nico will now support the gym that helped get him there.
So hopefully we can get some help and either get this gym fixed or get a new gym. I'm not sure, but hopefully good things will come to it.
It's a time that shows lessons learned in the ring apply also to life.
Don't let it bring you down. Keep going forward.
Because hard work,
keep working hard,
can turn dreams,
small setback for a major comeback,
into reality. Nico says he was training at least 4 hours a day at Northside Boxing to stay in shape, but will probably train at home for now. For 18-year-old Jacob Holberg, life right now is about the little victories.
For 10 minutes, I was moving around and stuff, and that was fun.
Jacob was a deputy at the jail. His surgeon says he fell at work and got a traumatic brain injury.
Here, you gotta see my head.
Because of brain swelling, right now doctors have a piece of his skull stored in his stomach.
It's terrible. I hurt all the time.
He still has a tube, a feeding tube, and his trach, it's not in there anymore, but it's still open. I mean, he still has a hole that goes right in.
His family says he doesn't remember much of his life before the accident, and now he can only remember things short term.
Even a half an hour or 15 minutes, and he'll have absolutely no recollection of it.
But during our conversation, Jacob did know this.
Harvey County basically fired me. So that's what happened, and it's not nice.
The county fired him while he was in the hospital because he hadn't been to work in 30 days. His insurance canceled Monday. I once again asked Harvey County to explain its side of the situation.
I would defer the question to our counsel.
We can't discuss private personnel matters or matters that are in litigation.
Jacob is now well enough to move to the next step in treatment, months more of rehab at another hospital. But enrollment is tricky without insurance. For now, Madonna Rehabilitation is letting Jacob stay an extra week while the family waits for answers. Despite everything, Jacob is still laughing.
Oh, you got to deal with me, and it's perfect.
He's hoping one day to go back to law enforcement.
Heck yeah.
Do you love it?
I love it.
The family's attorney says workers' comp hasn't answered if they'll accept the claim, but won't pay for any bills right now and won't say why there's a holdup. The family tells me if there's no answer by next week, Jacob will likely be sent home. When Tiffany ran, tweeted this moment. It captured the internet.
It was so crazy. I ran over to my mom and I was telling her, I was like, Mom, like my tweet has 13,000.
Now that tweet has more than 300,000 likes, millions of views on YouTube, and more than 26 million views on Facebook.
I was not expecting so much support from people.
Here's how that moment happened. Tiffany was with her collegiate school choir group in Italy. They were in Spoleto when her choir teacher and some students found a well.
And somebody started singing into it. Next thing you know, there's a lot of us singing into it, and then we heard Tiffany sing into it, and that was the special moment.
Tiffany says her big passion in life has always been music.
Ever since I was little.
She's classically trained on piano and violin, but taught herself to play the guitar and writes music, posting covers and her own songs on her YouTube page, where she goes as Tiffany Day. But knowing the challenges of the music industry,
we're playing with love tonight. I thought I was never going to get an opportunity.
She decided to go for something more practical.
A week before I posted that video, I had made up my mind. I told myself, I'm going to go for the more realistic, the more stable route and just pursue like engineering or something.
But after this 48-second video,
now that this video has kind of gotten big and I've been presented with all these opportunities, I think my mindset has changed and I'd really love to pursue music professionally. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Her dream job, travel the world and sing.
Especially the songs that are like more like strong in the message that they give. Like I feel like that's something that is like really important to me. Like I want to produce music that, you know, has that effect on people and like help people have a better day.
What a voice.